In today's video, we're learning about how heat energy is transferred. And so we'll cover the three main ways that it can happen, namely conduction, convection, and radiation. Starting with conduction. This is the process where heat energy is transferred through collisions between neighboring vibrating particles. To understand how this works, let's imagine a block of metal being heated at one end. The particles at the hot end gain kinetic energy, which makes them vibrate more. This increased vibration means the particles collide with their neighbors more often, passing on some of their kinetic energy. This process continues throughout the block, transferring heat energy from the hot end to the cooler end. Conduction happens mainly in solids because the particles are closely packed together, making it easier for them to collide and transfer energy. In contrast, in liquids and gases, the particles are further apart, so collisions are less frequent. We use the term thermal conductivity to describe how well a material conducts heat. Metals, like copper and aluminium, have high thermal conductivity, meaning they transfer heat quickly. However, non-metals, like wood or plastic, and fluids, like air or water, have lower thermal conductivity, meaning they transfer heat more slowly. Materials like this are often referred to as insulators, which just means the material doesn't conduct heat very well. For example, the plastic sleeve on a mug is an insulator, which helps keep the heat from your hot drink from escaping too quickly, and also prevents you from burning your hand when you hold the mug. Next, we have convection, which is when heat energy is transferred by particles in moving position, rather than just vibrating. This type of heat transfer happens most in fluids, which remember are anything that flows, so liquids or gases. Here's how convection works. When fluid particles are heated, they gain kinetic energy and start to move faster. As they move faster, they spread apart, making the heated fluid less dense. The less dense heated fluid then rises above the cooler, denser fluid. As the heated fluid rises, it eventually cools down, becoming more dense and sinking again. As this cycle repeats, we say that it's created a convection current. An example of this is when you heat water in a pot. The water at the bottom, near the heat source, gets warm and rises, and cooler water moves down and takes its place. Last, we have radiation, which is when heat energy is transferred without particles. Instead, it uses infrared waves. These waves can even travel through a vacuum, where there are no particles at all. This is how the heat energy from the sun reaches Earth through the vacuum of space. It's important to understand that all objects both absorb and emit this infrared radiation, whether they're hot or cold. It's just that hotter objects emit more radiation, like this hot mug of coffee, compared to cooler objects that emit less radiation, like this cold mug of coffee. If you haven't heard yet, you can find all of our videos on our website, cognito.org. You'll also find questions, flashcards, exam-style questions, and past papers. And we track all of your progress so that you always know what to study next. So sign up for free by clicking here, or browse our playlist here on YouTube.